Hello everybody. So today what we are looking at is how to solve equations when we have pronumerals on both sides. Hopefully you guys remember from algebra, the word pronumeral basically means the variable that you're talking about, so the letter. So we can use the letter X, we can use the letter Y, we can use A, B, C, any letter of the alphabet can be used. Hopefully by the end of this lesson, we will be able to solve equations that have pronumerals on both sides of the equal sign. So basically a question that looks like this, where I have a left-hand side of my equal sign, I have a right-hand side of my equal sign, and I've got pronumerals that are on both sides. Okay, so we're going to learn how to solve those. Our aim, just like when we normally solve equations, is going to be to try to get the pronumeral, so try to get the letter on one side of the equal sign and the numbers on the other side of the equal sign. Okay, so what we want is we want to end up with the letter on one side and our final number on the other side. Okay, so let's work through an example together. Basically, what I like to do is I like to try to make my letters on the left side and my numbers on the right side. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is firstly, I'm going to look at my pronumerals. So I've got a 7t and I've got a 5t. Okay, so t is my pronumeral. What I can do is I can move this 5t to this side, okay? But to get rid of it, here it's positive. So to get rid of it, what I need to do is I need to subtract 5t from both sides because this is a positive 5t. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to subtract 5t from this side and I'm going to subtract 5t from this side. So if I do that, I'm left with 7t take away 5t, which is 2t. Okay, so I'm left with 2t plus 4, okay, equals 5t take away 5t. They cancel out, so that's no longer there. I'm left with a 10. And what you're going to see is this now looks exactly like the kind of questions that were in my last video, okay? So then we're following the exact same process. So I want to try to get my letter on its own, which means we're going to look at what's not with the letter first. So we're going to get rid of this plus 4. So the opposite of plussing 4 is subtracting 4. So what I do to one side, I'm going to do to the other side, all right? So what I'm going to be left with now is 2t on this side, 4 take away 4 cancels out, equals 10 take away 4. 10 take away 4 is 6. All right, now I'm left with 2t equals 6. I want to now get rid of the 2. So remember, between a number and a letter is a multiplication symbol, okay? The opposite of multiplying is dividing. So what we're going to do to get rid of that 2 is do the opposite. We're going to divide by 2 on this side, divide by 2 on this side. So 2 divided by 2 is 1, so they're going to cancel out. We're left with a t, okay? 6 divided by 2, 6 divided by 2 is 3. So that means my final answer is t equals to 3. So I've been left with, at the end, my letter on one side and my number on the other side. And what we can do is we can check if we're correct. Okay, so instead of writing t, we're going to write the number 3. So 7 times t, 7 times 3 is 21. 21 plus 4 is 25. Okay, so our left-hand side equals 25. Let's check what our right-hand side is. 5 times 3 is 15. 15 plus 10 is also 25. So our left-hand side equals our right-hand side, which means that 3 is the correct answer. If I got different numbers on both sides, that would mean that I've done something wrong in this step here. So I need to go back and check my steps again. All right, let's have a go at another one. So in this instance here, I've got 6x plus 4. And I've got 22 take away 3x. So we want to try to figure out what the value of x is. So again, I'm going to try to get my letters on my left side and my numbers on my right side. So first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to see my pronumerals. So I've got a 6x and I've got a 3x. Now this is a take away 3x. So to move it to the other side, okay, to get rid of it from this side, I need to do the opposite. So here we're subtracting 3x. The opposite of subtracting 3x is adding 3x. So what I do to one side, I have to do to the other side. Okay, so what have I left with now? 6x plus 3x, that equals 9x. Okay, plus the 4, because I haven't added a number yet, 22. And then negative 3x and plus 3x, that's what cancels out, okay? Because negative 3 plus 3 is now 0. Okay, and again, now I'm left with an equation that we've been working through for the last couple of lessons. So now 9x is the x is with the 9, so I'm going to look at what's not with it. It's the 4. The opposite of adding 4 is subtracting 4, so we're going to subtract 4 from this side. What we do to one side, we have to do to the other. So now I'm left with 9x on this side because 4 take away 4 is 0. They cancel out. 22 take away 4 is 18. All right, and now I've got to get rid of my 9. Remember, these two are multiplying. The opposite of multiplying is dividing. So I'm now going to divide both sides by 9. Divide by 9, divide by 9. 9 divided by 9 is 1, so we're left with 1x, or x on its own. 18 divided by 9 is 2. So that means our answer is 2. So if I go and substitute x equals to 2 into here, my answer on my left side should be equal to my answer on my right-hand side. Okay, final question over here. I have got 2u equals 7u take away 20. So again, we're going to follow the same process. I'm going to try to get my letters on one side and my numbers on the other. Again, I like to put my letters on the left-hand side, so that's what we're going to do. So to get rid of my 7u, what I need to do is here it's being added. So when I move it over to this side, all right, or to get rid of it, I need to do the opposite. So the opposite of adding 7u is subtracting 7u. So I'm going to subtract 7u from this side. What I do to one side, I have to do to the other. Okay, so what am I going to be left with? 2u take away 7u. 2 take away 7 is negative 5. So I'm going to be left with negative 5u equals 7u take away 7u. That cancels out, so that's 0. Take away 20. Okay, so I'm left with a negative 20. And now I've got to have my u on its own. So to get rid of the negative 5, it's multiplying, so I need to divide by negative 5. So we're going to divide by negative 5 on this side, negative. We're going to divide by negative 5 on this side. So negative 5 divided by negative 5 is going to be 1. So I'm now left with u equals negative 20 divided by negative 5. Remember, a negative divided by a negative is positive, and then 20 divided by 5 is 4. So that means u is equal to 4. So the main aim, all right, is basically that first step that's the hardest to do. Okay, this first step is what is new. So once you've got your letters on one side and your numbers on the other side, this rest of the process is what we've been working on. If you are a bit confused with the rest of the process, I would suggest checking out the last 3 videos on this channel. They go through how to solve 1-step, 2-step, and 3-step equations. Hopefully that made sense. Please leave a comment below if you need clarification with anything. Otherwise, give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.